everyone. Am I live? I'm live. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is Monday, September 15th, 2025. And welcome to Mind Heart Mondays. I know it's been forever, but I'm back. I'm back with our new fall series. And we're going to introduce this today. We, as in I, am going to introduce this to us. Mind Heart Mondays. Hope everyone has been well. I know I've been quiet for a little bit, but I've been busy, very, very busy. And busy also getting everything ready for us as I am launching the fall schedule. And this is what I'm titling our new series, Sound Mind, Safe Heart. So I'm going to be teaching and sharing for the next 7 weeks. I decided I'm going to do this for 7 weeks because this is the year 7 squared, and 7's on my spirit. It always is, but this year especially. So I'm going to get into 7 realms when it comes to having a sound mind and a safe heart. This is of utmost importance right now, especially with everything that's going on around the world. It's very important that we remember this profound truth that we are the gatekeepers of our mind, our handsome mind, as I titled this once upon a time, and our beautiful heart. We are the gatekeepers of the spiritual gold of the mind and the heart. So with that said, I felt impressed in my spirit to start teaching on this again. I actually have a video dated, I just looked it up, so I think it's 2021. So I have a video back from October of 2021 that I titled Handsome Minds and Pretty Hearts. I encourage you to watch that because this is basically, I'm getting back into this, but very in depth the next 7 weeks. This is what we're going to be learning about. Hi everybody, hope y'all are doing well. Good to see you. Welcome everybody. Good to see you. So yeah, sound mind, safe heart. Okay, so what does it mean to have a sound mind? A sound mind is a mind that is, first of all, it is rooted in truth. So therefore it is steady, it is calm, it is at peace, it is centered. And why is this? Because it is a mind that is anchored spiritually, to truth, to love, to peace, to joy, basically the fruit of the Spirit. And it is not easily changed. It is not easily moved. It is not easily shaken by anything that is out here, because internally it is secure and sound. Okay? And as I said, we're going to get into 7 realms of how to have a sound mind. And secondly, we're going to get into having a safe heart. So when I say a safe heart, I mean a heart that is both guarded from the outside influences, and it is protected on the inside. Because this is very, I can't even stress how important it is to have this right now. There is so much going on. I've been sharing this for a while. The deception is increasing. So therefore we must be sound and safe, so we can handle what's going on. So that's my introduction to our series. How is everybody doing? Good to see everybody. Welcome to the new subscribers, new friends. Yes, there is truth, to answer your question. I see a question. There is truth. There is absolute truth. And that is the truth that I teach from, and that is what I'm going to be teaching in this series over the next 7 weeks. 7. So seven realms of having a sound mind and a safe heart. By the way, how has uh, the remnants of summer, how has that been going for you? How was your summer? For those of you that haven't been here for a while, I hope it's been well and great for you. If not, I hope that the fall season is actually going to be a good season for you. Let's see. Those of you that are interested in my classes, I have my Novelty Notes class tonight at 7. I'm only holding that at $5 a class, so I invite you to find that link. I think I have it in my description, but if not, you can find me on She's Restored Instagram, and you can book for the class tonight or any Monday. Yes. Yes, there is always truth. There is truth. So let's get into this for a second since you are asking. There is two spheres of truth. There's relative truth, and that is truth that is subject to change based on the information that is given to you. This is the truth that we are mostly given, dare I say, via the media, via the news. It is subject to change, and it is contingent on who's behind the narrative. The truth that I'm speaking of is the absolute truth, which does not shift or change. It is sound, it is secure, it is steadfast, and it is what I can count on. This is the spiritual anchor that I teach on all the time. And it is the basis of what I'm going to be teaching in this series. Now, I know, as I've been sharing, these days that we're in, they're days of deception, confusion. It's hard to know who's telling the truth. It's hard to know what's real. It's hard to know what I can count on. And this is why I'm teaching what I'm teaching, so that you can have your foundation in the truth for your mind and your heart, so you can handle the mistruths that are being spoken and shared around us. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that helps. True. Truth and reality are different. Yes, I agree with that. But this is why we have the spiritual anchor of capital T, truth. So we have something that we can count on, because there's not a lot in this world that we can count on. Let me get into this for a minute. Heart and mind. Okay, so the video I mentioned earlier, it's on my channel. So I would scroll down to back to 2021 when I shared on the handsome mind and the beautiful heart. Okay, so at the time, I think it was 2021. It might have been 2022 now that I'm thinking about this. But I think it was 2021. Anyways, in 2022, I was teaching on love and honor. 2022 was the year of love and honor. That was how it was revealed to me. And so I likened this relationship that we have between our mind and our heart to the divine ordained relationship that God would have for a man and woman in the context of marriage. Okay, so the mind, I likened it and connected it to the male in the most simplistic function and I suppose role that the male plays in this context of marriage, divine marriage. See, here's where we have to get into this. We have to kind of shift our mind a little bit when we think about this, okay? But the ordained, God divinely ordained marriage, which is not worldly marriage, very different. So I connected the mind to the male, and I connected the heart to the female. And the reason is because let's start with the mind. So the mind, I like to say, is the central nervous system of self. Okay, it is where I receive information mentally. Again, remember, I always teach on this: spirit, soul, and body. Okay, so my soul has 3 realms: the mind, the heart, and the will. And in this order is how it functions. So my mind connects to my heart connects to my will. My thoughts connect to my emotions connect to my decisions, therefore leading to the sum of my life. Okay, so the mind, if I liken it to the male, God, now again, this is God's ordained ideal of what we were to live and function like. Okay, the male carries the seed, right? The female conceives. So the mind carries the first, if you will, the first wave of information. So I take what I hear, what I see. This is why I have to be the gatekeeper of my eyes and ears. I receive that information mentally. That's the seed of thought that is poured into my mental processes. And from there, it goes into my emotional realm, which is where I conceive and I reproduce what I have ingested mentally. Okay? So, and then of course, the heart realm is where I process life, really. And this gets very deep, but I'm just kind of glossing over this to kind of introducing us to the series. Okay, so my mind produces seeds. It is where I create vision for my life. Now, this is male or female. I'm just saying that mentally, this is where it starts. This is where vision begins. This is where leadership. I learn that how I think is who I am. Okay, very, very important. This is why it's important for us to have a sound mind. And there's a whole process to, accessing the mind, understanding, why do I think this way? What happened to me? This is where I get into my sort of self-inventory of the brokenness that I carry, some of the trauma that I haven't healed yet from, all of it, okay? And I can learn to renew how I think. Even if I've thought the same, things about myself all my life, I can learn to renew my mind with new truth and information to therefore process through my emotional realm that feeds into my soul, that helps me to become the person that I was always created to be. So let's get into the heart a little bit. So the heart conceives what I think, pours into what I feel. And here is where it reproduces and produces self-perspective, self-image, self-worth, all of this stuff. Now, those of you that have been rocking with me for a little bit, you know that I teach on the mother wound and the father wound, okay? So, again, the male and the female, this is all interconnected. So, my father wound, which we all have them, by the way, in case you're wondering, even if you had, in your estimation, a very good upbringing, all of us are broken. All of us carry something into our family. So when I come into this place where I want to go on this inner healing journey, I start to discover some of these things that my family passed on to me, or that I'm carrying, that I kind of need to heal so that I can pour into the next generation more healing and more wholeness and more strength. So the heart is where creativity comes from. Although some of us are thinkers, and some might say, well, we create cerebrally, we create from the mind, which is true. But the heart is where it sort of comes into its fullness and fruition. The heart is also following the mind. The mind leads, the heart follows. Okay? So that's kind of just a little bit of an insight and introduction to this connection between the heart and the mind. Do I have more questions? Let's see. Yes, good insight. That is very true. Yes, in God's divine, order, which, by the way, we will come back into this place of God is going to restore what has been broken in this earth realm, and that includes humanity. That includes, dysfunctional relationships. With that said, kingdom marriage. So, in God's estimation, yes, when God brings two people together, it is indestructible, actually. It is indestructible because spiritually it is aligned to his kingdom plan and purpose. And that goes across the board. Like, the woman is aligned if she is aligned to God's will for her life. And the man is aligned if he is aligned to God's will for his life. And with that said, when they come together by his spirit, it is an indestructible divine connection. So yes, therefore there is no divorce. Good insight on that one. So, sound mind and sound heart. Or safe heart, I should say. Sound mind and safe heart. This is what we're going to be getting into, y'all, in the next 7 weeks. I wanted to come on here and introduce it for us. Say hello. Make sure everyone's doing well. I hope y'all are doing well. I know it's been a minute, and I apologize for the long hiatus, but I needed to get some things in order. Had to get some things in order and get back into alignment. A lot going on with me, but I'm ready. I'm ready to come back. I'm ready to take us into this beautiful space of remembering this powerful truth of I am the gatekeeper of my spiritual gold, my mind and my heart. Okay, this is your energy, your essence. This is who you are. This is important to know, that I do not need to be swayed by what's going on out here. I don't. I might, I can, but I don't need to. So the more in tune I am with myself, with my soul realm specifically, the less likely I am to be persuaded or discouraged or deterred, as I like to say, discouraged, deterred, or disappointed, because I have power and authority over my mental health, and I have power and authority over my emotional health. So I'm going to empower y'all this next 7 weeks and hopefully get you to a place where if you are, because remember, all of us are different. Some of us don't care too much about what others think, and others of us do. Some of us are very immersed in the news and what's going on right now, and others of us are not so much. But what I'm here to teach and to equip you with is preparation for these times that we're in. to keep your soul in a space of strength, health, and steadfastness for these days that we're in. By the way, I am coming back with my Friday night live stream, my last day's live stream. So if you're interested or you're curious about what's going on right now, why is all this craziness happening, Friday night is your live stream, or actually Friday afternoon now. Friday afternoon is your live stream, where I teach more on some of the prophetic and some of what's happening, current events, and it's a good space for us to just kind of share with one another different perspectives, to help each other, get ready and be ready and stay ready for these days. What else? Wednesday, my classes, let's get into this. So my classes that I'm teaching for this fall semester are going to be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I will be teaching novelty notes journaling on Mondays at 7. Now this is my class where I teach you self-dialogue, I teach you writing, journaling, and how to use that to actually get into 4 specific realms. But basically how to use that to kind of help you connect with yourself, connect with your thoughts, and help you kind of process some stuff. So if you're interested in that, I only have actually all of these classes at $5 a class, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can find the information here on my channel, or you can find me on Instagram. I'm always posting stuff there for the links, or you can just email me, shesrestored@gmail.com, and I'll send you the link for the class, and I will see you on Mondays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So tonight is my class. Wednesdays, I am teaching again on my anxiety support and recovery. So if you're struggling with anxiety, this is a good class for you. It's basically a support group, so we're there to just kind of share with each other what's going on, and I will share some practical ways to kind of help you through your anxiety. That is on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, if y'all are interested in my one-to-one sessions, I'm holding these at $25 per session, and I'd love to work with you on anything that you're going through, for the inner healing journey or for creative arts coaching. Speaking of which, Friday is my music, art, and movement therapy class. Again, $5 for those classes, and I will be teaching on all of those Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Any more questions or anything that y'all want to share before I wrap? Please let me know. And I hope y'all are doing well. Fall is going to be awesome. We still have a few days before it officially launches, but it's going to be a good fall. And I have to catch myself saying that, because also fall is a pivotal time for a lot of here in the States. So when I say it's going to be a good fall, that doesn't sound very nice. But yes, it's going to be a great fall. Discern where you are. Some of us are in a space where God is elevating us and launching us completely into kingdom purposes, which is super exciting for a lot of us. And for a lot of us, God is bringing us low, into a space of humility, into a space of humbling, because it's time for some of us to go into that deep refining process, to be ready for these days that we're in. So either space, even though, the refining process is very, very, very excruciating, just know that if it is your season to go into this space, it is for your own good. And it is a grace and a mercy from God to prepare you for the times that we're in, because y'all, it's gonna be a lot. So again, if you're interested in one-to-one sessions, I'm here for you. my availability right now, my availability is mostly afternoons and evenings. So if that's something that works for you, and I'm here in Texas Central Standard Time, so just kind of think about what time would work for you and send me an email, shesrestored@gmail.com, or you can leave me a comment here and let me know, and we can work together. And I can help you on your inner healing journey, or help you kind of figure out what it is that you're here to do, and get you ready, get us ready for these days and these times. But with that said, until I see you on next Monday, start working on preparing yourself for this series, Sound Mind, Safe Heart. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be one that's going to really stretch us and take us into a good space of recovery and healing, which is what we all need. So love you all so much. I will be back tonight, not on YouTube, but on my class. So if you're interested, again, go find me on Instagram at She's Restored, or you can look at, I think I have it on my description. If I don't, I'm going to edit it real quick, and you can just connect with me through the link and book the class tonight or any of these Mondays, because I'm pretty much doing this for the next where are we, September, probably through November or so. So yeah, we got a good while. But that's it. I'm gonna let y'all go. Hope you're doing well. Love y'all, and I'll talk to you soon.